So you're an author, but you also write books to help other authors. What made you want to start doing that?
Well, when I got the writing bug, it was, really since I was a kid. But then I went to college and studied writing with Raymond Carver.
Oh,
And I wasn't able to do what he did. And people kept telling me that you had to be born a writer. You really couldn't learn this stuff. And I kind of believed that for about 10 years. And then when I, said I really have to know if I can learn. And so I went out to consciously try to learn. And when I started reading books and went to a couple of seminars, and I found out you could learn this. And I got so excited about that I wanted to start sharing with other writers what I was learning. So I began to teach, and then eventually I did a book for Writer's Digest Books called Plot and Structure. And that book has become very popular for the things that I was learning and wanting to share with people.
Do you have a preference in writing more instructional books as to fiction, or is it just apples and oranges?
Well, I consider myself primarily a fiction writer who also happens to teach, and I do love both. But I've sort of become a writing, guru, even though I don't, I didn't seek that title. It's just kind of happened because I enjoy it. I enjoy teaching. I'm good at teaching, and so I've done seminars and lots of keynotes and books and articles for Writer's Digest, and I have a blog called The Kill Zone, which I contribute every week to. So yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah, I just sat in your class, and it was really fun, and you make it really interesting. Do you have it all memorized and you just do it, or have you been teaching this topic so much that? Well,
yeah, I had a presentation, audiovisual, all set up to go, and then discovered there wasn't any audiovisual. But that enabled me to go back to my acting roots, because I used to live in New York, and I was an actor here for a while. I was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So and then I became a trial lawyer, so I could continue acting in court. So I actually enjoy speaking, and the material itself is just so ingrained in me because I wrote a book about it, and I've given the presentation, and I just know how to riff off of different things, and it's kind of fun for me to actually do interaction with the audience too.
In your class, you talk about the midpoint and character arcs. How much of a character arc should be in a series as opposed to a standalone? Right.
Great question. Because I used to think that if a character has a big transformative moment in a novel, that kind of settles it, and that if the character continues on, that they can't keep having these. But my agent, Donald Moss, who is also a genius at literary analysis, said, no, that's not true. You can have something personal and transformative happening in every book. And he gave the example is the Michael Connelly books with Harry Bosch, because in every book there's something really so personal that happens with Bosch, and you can sustain that book after book. Now, it's not easy, but when you do it, when an author manages to do it, it becomes absolutely amazing. So that's what I'm striving for in my own writing. So I try to practice what I preach.
Right. I'm sure teaching it helps you write it as well. It probably reinforces it.
Yeah, absolutely. Teaching, one of the reasons I went into teaching was to, really solidify what I was learning about writing, and so it's been good that way.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Great.